Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Plague Inc. Evolved. Last episode we had a... What did we have? It's been a little bit of a time since I last played, so... We had a parasite, we called him your best friend from high school. And we played, and we got it done on normal, so we're gonna keep trying to ride that gravy train of normal victories to the end, so we unlock everything at the beginning. So today we're going to play as the Prion. First things first, let me ask you to turn off or whitelist me and any ad blockers. Help me make a living. So we're going to use the ATP boost bonus DNA from the beginning. I think that's the right way to go. Increased chances by air. Increased bonus in arid climates, and symptom costs don't increase but easier to cure. No, I don't want that. Bonus DNA when devolving. Cost to devolve doesn't increase. I'll take that one. So this is a Prion. A Prion is, let's see. Well, Prions are kind of like things that are kind of like parasites, but they're more like proteins and not as much alive, I think. I don't know. I haven't really learned a lot about prawns. They are slow moving, according to the beginning. I know you get it from eating certain raw meats. You can get prawns. But since it's a prawn and I couldn't think of any better name, I'm going to just call them Ryone. The E is silent. Not Ryan. He goes by Ryone. Ryan the Prion. So we're gonna have some fun here. Let's see. Where would Prion start? We really haven't started in the European countries much. So let's start here in Spain. Spain has an airport. Spain has a port. Seems like a good enough place to start. Ryone begins in Spain. We have 9. Let's get that button up. So transmissions are the same. Symptoms are the same. And then we have a neural atrophy. Neural breakdown causes breakdown in concentration. Complex tasks become harder. So we can make this more difficult to cure, basically, as his special ability. So let's get into this game. I'm probably not gonna play as well today, because it has been a while. That's fine. Hopefully I can still win. It never is really that close between a victory and a loss. You either totally screwed up in the planning and the execution and you've totally lost, or you totally won. The Eurozone is near collapse. Political short-sightedness and self-interest may result in the total breakup of the euro. We have in recent years had trouble with Europe has had trouble with the Eurozone and all that, but they haven't gotten to the point where they were gonna break up the euro or anything, or just abandon the whole idea. I think really their problem is from an outsider's perspective, and I'm certainly not saying that the United States is perfect. In fact, the United States has the exact same problem. There's just, political short-sightedness, corruption, self-serving interests are hurting an overall goal that political people lose sight of and don't care about when they should. So I upgraded, that's enough politics, I upgraded the drug resistance because of that random event. We want to save 17 and get water 2. There's enough. Ryone is... Has Ryone gone anywhere else? I don't think he has. Have we seen any red bubbles yet? I don't think so. We're getting extra DNA as a tribute to a Prion. So instead of getting red bubbles, we're infecting people and getting extra DNA. But they're right about it being slow. I would have a hard time believing a Prion could spread that much. It would have to be in like the entire planet's world beef or cattle supply, and it probably would have to be in the entire planet's entire supply of food, because there's sections where like India eats practically no beef, and a lot of places don't eat cow, they eat lamb, they eat chicken. So it would have to hit probably cows, lambs, and chickens to get most of the planet infected, and until it got the ability to spread from other ways, like human-to-human contact, or somehow. And alright, so we've got cysts mutating. We certainly don't want that. We'll get 2 DNA points for that. We need 17 again. So it did spread from Spain. It is now in France. 16 cases of it. Now the symptoms that a Prion might cause of just a lack of concentration, an inability to concentrate, if there was any kind of plagues that just had those symptoms and they weren't severe enough, over a long enough period of time, you could probably dumb down the entire human race to a ridiculous point where they could no longer search for cures and such. But it would have to be over a very long period of time. And you could make the argument maybe that's already happening through, not through a plague per se, but through just a too easy lifestyle. No, not that many people self-determined to learn. I don't believe that, really, what I'm saying, but let's see. Kissing Day, we'll go ahead and use that for 2. Why not? Honestly, I actually believe the opposite is true. I believe that the special few that love to learn will always learn, and the people that don't love to learn, now in a more convenient society that we live in, some of us live in, we don't have to learn. Whereas the old days, everybody had to learn a lot of stuff. This is an example of that is fixing your car. When first cars came out, most people had to learn how to do a lot more maintenance and repair to their car, just as a necessity to keep the thing running and to start it. Whereas today, there's a auto repair shop on every corner, and cars don't break down quite as much, and thus people who don't want to learn how to repair cars don't have to. I don't know if I got that one. Oh, this is spreading fast. Let's see. Let's go ahead and give it our snow resistance. And then let's go ahead and start doing this. Next one's gonna cost 11. Yeah, the infection is spreading quite a lot now. Some of the symptoms I don't think would actually be or have ever been observed in specific types of plagues. For instance, nausea. I don't know if nausea would really expand a prion. I don't know if coughing, I don't know if rashes, I don't know if anemia or cyst. Well, I don't think anemia really is a transmission vector, as it were. But who knows, we may discover one that does, and prions are such a rare thing. It's people say, oh, I have a 24-hour cold, or I have the flu, which is I believe a virus. And people take antivirals and antibiotics, but nobody that I know of ever really comes down with a prion, and they're taking anti-prion treatments. And a lot of those things are very specialized, so you have to know the exact style, the exact prion you had. Maybe you'd have to just physically remove them, go in for surgery. Insomnia mutated. I'll leave that one alone. We're at 72 DNA. Oh, they noticed it. Darn it. Well, if they noticed it, we'll just go ahead and start. $34 is what we're shooting for now. What countries haven't been infected is the question. I think you might see an example here of just a country. Because we haven't gotten Greenland. Ryone has been placed on a watch list. So several things like a vaccination for, I think, hepatitis or herpes seems to be on its way. They seem to be making a progress to maybe cure diabetes on several different studies. A lot of the diseases that we've had in the past 100 years or so, it's looking like in the next 5 to 10 to 15 to 30 years, we're going to have a cure for a lot of them, which is great news. I've always made the argument, if you just keep yourself alive long enough for the cure that is going to kill you next time, you can possibly live forever in today's day and age. And what I mean by that is, if you're gonna die, if odds are you're gonna die of heart disease at 90, but you're 80, and in the next 10 years they find the cure for heart disease, well, then you just have to stay alive until the next thing that's probably gonna kill you. So if you were gonna die from like skin cancer at 100, then after that first cure went into effect, well, you've got another 10 years for them to cure skin cancer, which I don't know if they've made a lot of work on that. Cancer in itself is a difficult, tumorous afflictions, cancerous afflictions, a difficult thing to prevent. But And eventually, on my theory, if you just can stay alive long enough, you will eventually probably hit to the point where your whole body is about to fail, but oh, guess what? They've invented a full cyborg body for you. So all they have to do is scoop out your brain or copy your brain through deep scans of it and put it in a robot body. And then you just have to live long enough for them to be able to repair that robot body, which would be incredibly easier. Or if it's not a robot path to immortality, they invent cloning, and then they just clone you a younger version of your body and put you in that. So I really do feel in today's day and age it is possible that this generation could be the first immortals. I don't think the last generation really had a chance. I don't think any of the previous generations really had a chance, but I think with our technology and its sometimes miraculous growth rate. So we having trouble here, mostly in Canada. This is what I'm having trouble with. I don't think there are any other countries. Everything's infected, but people are starting to die, and it's just not spreading. So, let's see if we can get the infectivity up. I don't know what else to do. They're at 64%. If I start killing people, that'll work. Can we get the symptoms up and somehow infectivity? Without total organ failure, they might find the cure. So I'm hoping people start dying. But I don't want so many people to die that Canada's infection rate doesn't increase. Oh, I'm stuck in a quagmire here. I need people to die so the cure doesn't go up. I need them to live to infect each other. So watch Canada's numbers closely here. If it starts going down, we're in trouble. We need it to go up, we need it to go up faster. With total organ failure enabled. And the cure is too close, we're at 78%. How much would it take to reshuffle? 30 DNA points. iCure device announced. Uh-oh, that could be bad. I might bump the cure up another 10%. What's the world doing? The world is not dying fast enough. Even with total organ failure enabled. So they postponed the Olympics. Which, no infection there. Seems like I'm at 10. What can I do? What can I do? %84 to the cure. Come on, total organ failure. Kill these people. Oh, this is no good. The iCure has been released. No good, no good. They're at 87% now. I don't think Ryan's gonna make it here. Alright, let's see. Let's try that. Maybe that'll kill some more people. Oh, the iCure was a success. 88%. Watch what it's gonna do. It's probably gonna jump up 93%. Oh no, we are in trouble. Half the world is dead though. We've seen a sharp spike in dead people. If we can get 30 DNA before they can get to 100%, I can reshuffle. We're at 94%. I'm at 16 DNA. They're at 95. Oh, the race is on. The race is on. Ooh. You know how I was saying at the beginning of this that it's never really close? This one's really close. Argentina has fallen into anarchy due to Ryone. 95% cure. I need 4 more DNA. Got it. Next one, I need 35 DNA if I'm gonna reshuffle. They're the 91%. We're killing everybody. Problem now is the infection is not as high. I need infections to go up. I need the number of infections to go up, or I'm gonna kill out all of Canada. This is no good. This is no good. I gotta take it. I gotta devolve it. Gotta take it back. It's still killing too many people. It's gonna burn itself out. Oh, this is no good. I gotta take this back too. Infections back up. So now we're in this whole problem of, I think most of the world is close to being destroyed. So we can, Canada is our turning point. Once again, the safety of the world is in Canada's hands. Can they do it? Got the infection going up, but it's at 92%. I need 35 if I'm gonna genetically reshuffle. I need more if I'm gonna try and get the... Oops, took my hand off the mouse. Almost lost that. And we may have to sit here and wait for a mutation to actually increase the lethality of the virus again. It doesn't look like there's enough labs left to do any work. Medical research. Well, there's still quite a active research laboratories. It's not like we've totally destroyed them all. No healthy good in Russia. This whole green section made me kind of worried. So we're slowly losing infected. Projectile vomiting symptom combo. Increasing the infectivity of Ryone. Great. So the infection is going up more. More DNA, 1 more DNA. Maybe because there's so many infected with Ryone, they can't concentrate enough to work on the laboratories. So it's going, sometimes it goes down, but it seems like it's going up more in Canada. Let's check our world map. A few more countries have been wiped out. we really are using the world maps and such a little bit in this, just because this one's so tight. This is a real tight race. So infectivity is decreasing worldwide, but increasing in Canada. Is that a possibility that some other country isn't completely infected and maybe, well, Russia here seems to be dying out. But if there's any other country that I'm not paying attention to that has some uninfected people, then we might lose to that country. At 13. And is there anything I can do? The only thing I can do is speed it up. Just speed it up and see. Putting our fate in the hands of time. Just watch Canada. Oh, Canada. Will you be able to save this world from this terrible plague of Ryone? You should have a mental image of what Ryone looks like if he was personified. He almost certainly has a terrible haircut and is proud of it. We're at max speed. This is taking forever. They are not joking about the Prions being slow. What could I do? If I change anything, we could do this, I suppose. There we go. We'll do bird 1 and increase the chance of mutations. But then it might mutate into something deadly before Canada is completely infected. Fever symptom mutated. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Get 2 DNA points back from that. Ever so slowly. Ever so slowly. This is a point where I like the game to be able to just run the calculations ahead of time and just say, you've won, we know you've won, or speed it up a little bit more. We've got a fast forward and a fast forward, why not at 3x, 4x, 5x? Maybe there's a limitation in their programming, but I doubt it. They have in Kerbal Space Program like a 3x, 5x speed up because it takes so long to fly, say, from their planet to their moon that it doesn't make any sense for you to sit there for even at 2x and wait for your ship to finally reach the moon before you make your next adjustment on your trajectory. Kerbal Space Program is a pretty fun sort of simulator of plotting trajectories and being an astronaut, although really astronauts don't plot their own trajectories or do anything, they just follow instructions from command or pre-programmed instructions written down for them, but it is a very long game, very long game with not really any set goals, although they're working on that. It's still a very much in beta concept, but so there are a few goals of just getting getting your ship off the out of orbit of the planet, it can be incredibly difficult even at the beginning of the game. You have to unlock better rocket parts and such. And we're still doing it. Canada is putting up a mighty fight. I imagine all the bears and all the mounties and all the lumberjacks have worked together trying to find the cure of this disease of Ryone, the Prion. If only we could get the Prion into the beaver meat, then we would have Canada completely infected in a week or so. I'm sorry if anything I'm saying is offending any Canadians out there. I'm just joking. I'm gonna make fun of all the countries that I can get away with making fun of if I know anything about it. A lot of countries are blurs though, so I don't know how I'd make fun of Brazil any different than I would make fun of Argentina. See if we can find Turkey. A little bit of a thing in the news. Turkey's some organization in Turkey, possibly a government run. There's Turkey right there. Possibly a government-run panel has decided to ban Minecraft for being a game based on killing and being too violent. Now, if you've never played Minecraft, there is the opportunity to create weapons such as a sword and a bow and arrow. And that's it. Those are the two weapons. Let's see. Well, you can make an axe, but it's for chopping down trees, really. And you can hit people with shovels, but that's for digging holes. Or you get them with a pickaxe, and that's for mining. And then there are creatures in the game that you can kill. There are rabbits, pigs, horses, lambs. There are monsters, zombies, and monsters called creepers that blow up. Okay, finally we have infected everybody. But you can certainly play Minecraft in creative, and you can make settings so no creatures ever show up in the game at all. And it's pretty much your own decision. Total organ failure has mutated. That is great news, because I really couldn't afford it myself. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford anything. So if you play in creative in Minecraft, if you play in peaceful in Minecraft, which is a difficulty level, you'll never run into any creatures and you'll never have a need to kill them. There is a dragon at the end of the game that you can fight, and it's kind of silly that they put that the game has any ending at all. I think was a major mistake on their part to have a boss battle and try and include any of that. Ryone is about to eradicate humans. Stupid Ryone. I knew he'd do it. I knew he would do it. As soon as he started using that dumb name, I said to myself, one day this kid is gonna eradicate all human life. So it's pretty dumb that Turkey is talking about banning Minecraft, but I don't know a lot about Turkey. Maybe they just ban all video games, period. So maybe the question was Minecraft possibly peaceful enough? And then they go, nope, not really, and it just goes on the long list of all video games. It's very possible that's the situation, and they just don't like video games at all. So if that's the case, well, either case, I recommend people move out of Turkey and get their Minecraft on, because it's a game I would have no problem letting my 2-year-old nephews play. have no problem letting them play it all. And they would love it. So, Ryone has just wiped out the world in 2,269 days. It is a complex Prion. The cure got to all the way to 95%. So we didn't get a very good score. We only got 5,350. Incredible amount of time. Almost, I'd say, 7 or 8 years if I was just to do a rough estimate. Let's see, 3 years would be about 1,000. So you're talking 6 for 2,000. 7? Yeah, I'd say over 7 years for the Prion to work. This is in particular, I think, why Prions would never be able to, as a plague, get rid of all of the humans on the planet. In reality, it's just so slow. So slow. But we did it. Ryone took out the world. The Darwinist gene type and the necrovirus plague have been discovered and unlocked. Discovered and unlocked. Should just say unlocked. Really. Don't need to say it was discovered. So next time we play as the necrovirus, which is, if, let's just assume, we know bacteria really exist, and viruses really exist, and funguses really exist. I assume the Norax worm really exists, but maybe it doesn't. Parasites definitely exist. Prions, I am fairly certain do exist. Necrovirus does in no way exist. It is a zombie virus, basically. And we're getting into the crazy ones now. We're the ones that we've never seen any real evidence would ever exist. The zombie virus, a nano computer virus, and a bioweapon. Well, bioweapons certainly exist, but a really powerful bioweapon. So next time we're gonna play as the zombie, and that's gonna change a lot of things. So, and we've unlocked Darwinist. Finally, increased the chance of the plague mutating. Do I want the plague to mutate? Probably am not going to use it, but we finally unlocked something for every single mutation. And that's pretty good. Nope. Really? We're still missing one. Or maybe these are different. Oh, these are different for the necrovirus. I knew we had for the other virus. So I have to even unlock even more for the necrovirus. I may have to play the zombie plague several times to unlock these. If they're going to have specific genes. That puts a new monkey wrench in our progress, but that's fine. We've really only done like bacteria and virus twice, fungus twice, and then Noraxis, parasite, prion we've only done once, and we want to certainly do them more than once. 80% of the plague's unlocked, so we made some progress. That's good. Next time it's zombies all the way. That's the end of this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me through fan funding, click on my name, Rydo. That takes you to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button. Any amount you donate will be greatly appreciated. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus, or friend me on Steam or Battle.net, all that information is down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.